En 30 secondes, je t'explique comment tu peux commencer à faire 3000 € par jour. C'est légal. Et tu peux transférer l'argent sur n'importe quelle carte et le retirer. Je t'explique la méthode. Télécharge l'application Tower et récupère le bonus de 350 €. Tu peux le retirer sur ta carte. Ensuite, mets 2 élastiques sur ton téléphone et appuie sur Start. Tu peux commencer avec 5 €. L'idée est très simple. Tu construis une tour. Chaque étage multiplie tes 5 €. Plus la tour est haute, plus tu fais d'argent. Et avec les élastiques, c'est super facile. Tu sais toujours exactement quand appuyer. Dès le premier essai, tu fais facilement 3000 €. Puis retire l'argent sur ta carte.
Hey, what's up? MKBHD here, and welcome to your first look and hands-on of everything Apple just unveiled today at their 2025 September event. This is iPhone 17, 17 Pro, and 17 Air. Definitely get subscribed to be among the first to see the full reviews when they come out. But this is my first impressions, and I actually found it pretty simple to synthesize my thoughts on everything they announced today. Like, there is some good tech, there's some interesting new designs, and some questionable decisions, but the funny thing is, as I go to these events and as I think about all this stuff, what usually happens is I end up typically getting some texts from friends asking what I think of the announcements, and my mental task is to summarize everything I'm thinking about into one or two easily digestible sentences or just words to understand what's new and what happened. I don't want to tell them too much information. And so that's what I'm going to give you about each of the things Apple announced today. I'm going to give you my super compressed version of what I saw. So let's just start with the iPhone 17, right? The base new iPhones. My ultra simple summary for the iPhone 17 would be, hey, it got ProMotion and a better selfie camera, and the rest is mostly the same. So the design is mostly unchanged other than the new colors, same screen sizes, same dimensions, same camera bump, same buttons and camera control, which they barely talked about. But there's a new A19 chip inside, which we expected. That should see some nice performance gains and efficiency bumps, roughly 20% faster CPU, which is nice. And battery life should be a few beats longer. And the display is brighter too, getting up to 3000 nits. But this is the first time we are seeing a Pro-branded feature on a non-Pro iPhone, because every new iPhone across the range now has ProMotion. And it's the same ProMotion too. It's the adaptive 1 to 120 hertz. Doesn't seem to be handicapped at all. It's funny, we always used to have that, regular people don't care about 120 hertz argument, but now here it is on the new base iPhones. So, hey, sounds great to me. This makes the base iPhones much more usable, and so does the new base storage of 256 gigs. So those are welcome upgrades. But the other new thing was the selfie camera. And it was funny, the keynote was pretty chill up until the point where they started to talk about this, and it was actually the loudest applause, and it was really tempting to make fun of it. But I actually do think this is really clever, because all these new iPhones have this massively upgraded selfie camera system. They're calling it center stage, but I actually think that kind of does a disservice, because the actual center stage on their laptops and stuff is kind of annoying. But what's happening is with these phones, they all have a larger 24 megapixel square selfie camera sensor. And so then when you go to take a selfie, the phone can take a regular vertical selfie, or can manually or even automatically take a horizontal selfie without you having to rotate the phone. And honestly, this might be genius. Like, the default for most people is obviously to take a vertical selfie now. It just fits on the phone. You're probably viewing it on the phone. But if you go to take a horizontal selfie to fit more people, suddenly the camera lens is off to the side and it's a little bit less natural looking. So now, since the selfie camera is larger and a square, it can literally just crop an 18 megapixel selfie in portrait or landscape, and for videos or photos. I think it's great. It's very useful. It might be the biggest upgrade to the iPhone 17. So then there's the iPhone 17 Pro. And my quick friendly summary of the Pro phones is, hey, they got better zoom and more battery and orange. So the Pro iPhones actually look a little bit different. There's actually quite a bit going on here with this new design. First of all, there's only 3 colors: cosmic orange, deep blue, and silver. Really bumming me out that there's no black Pro phone. But then I remembered dbrand exists. Never mind. But then the thing that's going to catch everyone's eye on the back is the camera bar up at the top, which is what Apple keeps calling in their keynote a plateau. It kind of looks a little bit like the Pixel's visor, or frankly, what we've been seeing on a ton of other Android phones for years now, just a huge bar across the top of the back of the phone. But it's actually not just cameras in here. Apple's done some rearranging of the insides of the phone to actually shove more components, like the A19 Pro chip and the logic board and storage up here in that bar, so they could fill out more of the bottom of the phone with more battery. And that approach is going to make even more sense in a little bit. But my first reaction to that is, oh, yeah, great. That sounds like these Pro phones might actually come with a real substantial battery upgrade from last year, which is, again, very welcome. Now, you might also notice some other little things like the millimeter wave antenna at the top of the phone and the ring around that plateau actually also being an antenna. But then the other new design element is that they actually switched back